what I need. Right, yeah. I really need China.
Cool, we'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
It's for the body, not the hair. I put it in her hair by accident. So it's for the body.
Do they work with a distributor or no?
What's that?
Do they work with a distributor?
They like
Oh, so they're
they do, but not around here.
Okay.
There's a place in like Tennessee, but they're territorial, just like a lot of them.
Right.
So, like that distributor in Tennessee couldn't sell it to me, so that's why I really directed to Z1 Concept is their distributor.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
here it is. Their silver shine. This is infused with berries, like blueberries. So and it works wonderful. This is the regular one. They also have a white one.
You can put that in my hair.
This is
Okay.
for the salon. Their monthly sales thing. It talks about some of the products. It shows you a little more in depth some of the products and stuff like that. So I'll pass that over.
That's nice.
This is awesome. I love it.
This is so fun.
Right? Like, good job.
Girl, look. I want to get one of those just to take pictures on. Yes, I got it from Best Buy. Girl, I think I have one from back in the day. Girl, what you doing? You gotta take it, take some pictures. You're so right. Yeah. Crystal, you want your phones? Can you actually airdrop me the pictures? Because I don't know.
Actually, the four 10-inch here, whatever 10-inch here you like. My blow dryer that I prefer, okay, because I'm very fussy. I think you're only as good as your tools, and that will come with time also as you get into the industry. But it has a lower decimal, so it's not as hard on the hearing. And trust me, after like maybe in the industry almost 30 years, and you've been in it for a while too, right? Blow dryers, when you're behind the chair and the blow dryer is constantly blowing, it's like, it really can damage your hearing. You know, you don't think about that, but when you're doing it 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, and blows debris out the back. Any debris.
Okay.
Foot.
You are really wrong.
I, as a salon owner, I just did that.
Been going over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the whole rebook and retail.
Yes. Experience is that report that you have to decide. They come to you not because necessarily they're the best hairdresser, because there's a lot of good hairdressers. They come to you because they kind of help you. And they have like a personal relationship with you. So they trust you. Yeah, it's trust. So you always got to make sure that blade is on. Okay. And where you start at, that's your personal preference. I always like to start on the right side. And then these also have 2 speeds.
That's good.
So this is for the thicker hair. And then if you're doing someone with a fine, thin hair that's thin, your school hair deals with it, by the way.
Thank you.
You'll end up coming around to both sides. Of course, you'll have a mirror for your door to check for the units and separating. That's important also if you're partnering during a long haircut. You want to check the units of it on both sides to make sure they follow the same point. You want to make sure that you're coming up to that same level on both sides. Okay? And then what I do is I take my comb in. Okay, I probably won't get anything with the number 2. Okay? And what you want to do is take the comb into it. You rock the comb out a little bit. And you want to come through and do a blend. So number 2, I'm not going to really get much off of there. So I usually do that with like the next number down to get a clean blend on there. So I start with the longest and work my tried it one day and I was like, oh, okay, this is a no-brainer. This is like taking a lot of work out for me because I wasn't getting the shadow lines, I wasn't getting all that. So I was like, this is so much easier to go backwards, like working down instead of up. So, yeah. So
What do you guys do? Yeah, I think I do.
Long
I've done them the other way too, but maybe.
I don't like it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, but I prefer to do the longest to the shortest.
Yeah.
Just because it's you're working out. So
Right.
I mean, it's like you're working so off. What's that? Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you get a better blend that way. Like I've seen stylists come in and cut that line. And then they work for 45 minutes blending that line out. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you making so much more work for yourself than you need to? You know, it's really not really necessary. So yeah. So, and this one here, I'm just going to drop down just a slight little bit from where I clippered up to before, and rock it out. Is everyone getting a view of it? Of what I'm doing? And I have a tendency to do something that I just move with my head right. We're all used to this, so if you see yeah, so if you see me just go, I go to the head.
I think that's where a lot of disconnect is cutting with. They'll cut with their shears, but then when they start getting closer and closer, for some, it's hard to get that close to somebody. You know what I mean? You gotta get in there and cut.
Yeah. What's important to remember is, you know what? Hair is fun. I've had a lot of experience, a lot of fun throughout my career. I've worked on movie sets doing makeup and hair. I've worked on commercials doing makeup. I've done hair shows backstage where the artist would do the cut, turn it back in, turn it back out. So it's just a blast. You know what I mean? We woke up that time and completely did a hair show out there. Me and the other stylist, we woke up at like 3 a.m. We started working on models for color, with color placement and stuff, and yeah, I was very intense and high fast. You know, it was fun though. It was a good time. But you just gotta have fun with your career and just wherever it takes you, whether it's gonna be hair or you're gonna be a color specialist eventually. Just work on that skill that you really like and hold in on that. And take it where you can. So this hair is a 1A, and it's actually 3.2 millimeter. Clippers are wet or dry, so they will cut wet or dry hair. It's the special blades that they use, the Oscars. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean it doesn't really make a difference in the hair is so short whether it's wet or dry. So it's best just to go with dry. Just because most clippers are equipped to only cut dry. So. Now just do a little fine tuning on here. And I'm going to come in and do I'm going to rock the clipper or the comb to get my blend. So I'm doing the clipper over comb. And you notice what I do with the finger? While I'm doing that? That stabilizes my comb. If I'm just going like this, you can move it a lot. I actually put my finger
Better.
the other way.
Yeah.
And it's funny because these hair, you'll really know they have a personality. When they need oiled or greased, you'll know. Because they'll sound angry. It's like they're like, okay. I'm also going to do a little scissor overcomb too. Are you guys comfortable with doing that? Huh?
We've done more scissor overcomb than clipper overcomb.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done really clipper overcomb.
Hey Brad, you did clipper ever
I do like
Yeah. Clipper's good. It's just like you gotta just be steady. Because one move.
Yeah.
practice on people that don't mind.
Yeah. Like I've gone back and forth too. Like when I teach even, it's like I'll show different techniques.
And always keep that clipper on your phone. If you drop down while your clipper overcombing, guess what you're going to do? Right into the head. Okay, so you always want to make sure you keep it up on your teeth and you're running it along those teeth. Because if you drop down a little bit and this is into the spine of the comb and into the head, and once you drop down at that angle, you're kind of aligning the head. So you gotta be very careful with the
So you use the white sound for that.
So yeah, practice on the edges.
They're the worst though. Like that's why we're doing 3 phase this month, which we do get quite a bit of clipper cuts in here. But I just rather humans than the mannequins.
Yeah.
Even Death's hair over time has gotten so much worse.
Yeah, I'd say if I could do clipper cutting all day long, I'd be happy. You know? And that comes from my days when I lived in Pittsburgh. I lived in Pittsburgh for 12 years. So I worked over by Shady Side.
Yeah.
You familiar with it? Yeah, so I worked over there and probably 80% of my clientele were there. So I also worked downtown. And it was the one Melon Center back in the day. I don't know what it's called now. So this one here is the OA, and what I'm doing is I'm just kind of bringing it up along and just kind of hitting that bottom just a little bit.
How long have you had your salon?
Funny story. I was managing a basic thing salon, and I saw the salon was for sale, or not that salon, but a salon downtown. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, I don't really care for portrait salons too much, I was tired of it. So I was like, let's check into this. So, and I did, it was Capital Cuts, and it's been a salon for 90 years in that location. So I bought it, and we went in and remodeled it in like 1 weekend, completely at top to bottom. 3.5 weeks later, we ended up staying until like 8 or 9 at night. I forget what it was, but because like we were going to close at 4. But as soon as they announced it, it was like the phone just rung off the hook. People wanting in. So we were like, sure, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And I'm like, we gotta cut this off sooner or later. You know, we can't be here until like 3 in the morning. So, but yeah, it was a little trying time. 90% of the conversations in the salon will be inappropriate. So they're like, good. I'm like, all right, you're perfect. You'll fit right in. Now what I'm doing here is just going to clean up around the edges. Always pull the skin in, okay? Bend a ear. One time in 30 years, I had someone yell at me for bending their ear. All right, what I'm going to do here is, I'm first just going to do a little blending with the scissor up to the sides. And I'm not going to take a lot off since he does want to start growing it out, so I'm just going to do a little trim up on the top. So, then he goes this way with it. So, you want to, you still want this on blue, right? Because for a while we were doing like a hard cut in. So that's something you do during your consultation, but we've gotten away from that with him. He's doing more of a blended haircut. So, yeah, you can get back to it.